आज की क्लास में हम लोग सीखेंगे डेकोरेटिव लाइट्स के बारे में. इट विल बी ऑल अबाउट डेकोरेटिव लाइटिंग्स. सबसे पहले पेंडेंट लाइट को देखेंगे. पेंडेंट लाइट होता क्या है, किस तरीके से दिखता है ये, हाउ वी कैन यूज इट टू एनहांस आवर इंटीरियर स्पेस. तो इसको देखने के लिए हम यहाँ चलेंगे फोल्डर में और यहाँ पे आपको मैं दिखाऊंगा पेंडेंट लाइट्स. पेंडेंट लाइट्स में सबसे पहले आप देखेंगे ये. ये कैटेगरी है किसकी, पेंडेंट लाइट की. बट दिस इज कॉल्ड पेंडेंट फोकस लाइट बिकॉज यू आर हैंगिंग इट एट द सेम टाइम you are focusing on particular spot with the help of these lights, because these lights are rotating, these are pivoted lights. So pendant light, when I'm saying, I should also define it. What is pendant light? So a light which is dropping down from the ceiling, main ceiling or false ceiling, it is suspending down. So a light fixture that hangs from the false ceiling or main ceiling will be called as
pendant light.
Pendant light with the help of a cord, a thread, a chain,
a rod,
or maybe metal rod.
Yes, sir.
So these lights, even this light in a bedroom in the corner, this is also called pendant light. So room के अंदर में generally आप देखोगे लोग ज़्यादातर एक कॉर्नर पे ही देते हैं. कुछ लोग दोनों साइड में देते हैं लेकिन वो अच्छा नहीं दिखेगा. सो दिस इज द ओनली टाइप ऑफ लाइट विच इज नॉट फॉलोइंग द सिमेट्री.
यस,
इसमें जनरली सिमेट्री को फॉलो नहीं करता है. इफ यू ड्रॉ अ लाइन, सेंट्रल लाइन ओवर हियर थ्रू दिस बेड, सो दिस इज ऑन द लेफ्ट साइड, ऑन द राइट साइड देयर इज नो लाइट. इफ देयर इज लाइट देयर विल बी अ डिफरेंट लाइट. So there is no symmetry. So ये कहीं ना कहीं कॉर्नर्स वगैरह पे ज़्यादा अच्छा होता है. अब मैं बताऊँ कॉर्नर पे क्यों. Because the light which is emitting from this light source will strike directly to these two walls and finally reflect back to the bed. So suppose you want to before going to bed, before sleeping overnight, if you want to go through few pages of the books, so you have enough light to go through the pages of the books. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
That is why some people prefer to have pendant light in the bedroom like this. Let's move ahead. So this is a place which is in the service area, that is bathroom. Here we can have such a decorative light with focus on the task. I'll discuss a point which is very important: how high you hang your light, what is the angle or spread of the light. It creates glare if it comes in the range of glare. Getting my point? So hanging down also minimizes the chance of glare. It doesn't directly strike to our eyes. So such hangings can be seen in bathroom and place like this.
Yes, sir. Over dining table.
No. This is what generally see. If it is peg table, yes, there one can use. Even in kitchen one can use. So this is a kitchen. In kitchen, this is not just the source of light.
It is to just decorate the...
Yes, this is also enhancing the spirit, the overall feel of this space.
Yes, sir.
So lighting is not just about putting here and there. It is well thought of, well planned stuff to put in your space. So suppose your backdrop is plain in a sense, not having too much of curves and cuts, moldings, lines. So you can have lights like this, so it will have contrast with the background and the space will look nice. Space like this. Now again, let me tell you about the structure. So this overall structure is so fascinating that the whole space is really standing out now. It's background is in neutral color, so this golden color with the kind of structure it has used, making this space stunning. This is the chain hanging. Intentionally designer is taking chain hanging. Can you tell me why? Because it should give the feel of weight. If you're using a thread, even if it is metal thread, so it will be very thin, almost invisible. So designer wants to make it visible. That is why he is using the chain rather than thread. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
And other than that, you can see central portion is having the light, and this is kind of encasement, and this encasement is intentional again to make this light come out in this space, pop out in this space. That's why this kind of structure has been used. If we go to this pendant light, this is again taking to you in a different world. Here the structural part has been minimized. Transparent material has been used so that the backdrop doesn't get hidden from if it doesn't get hidden. So what happens is that this light source doesn't look that big. तो यहाँ पे ज़्यादा बड़ा ना दिखा के छोटा दिखाने की कोशिश करी गई है. But again, the reflectivity, the translucency, transparency of this material is also contributing to the space. Because this particular platform is having a reflective surface.
Yes, sir.
To gel with this, they have used the reflective encasement of this light source. यहाँ देखिए, this is also kind of pendant
light.
Now one can ask that why we are using pendant, because we want to minimize the glare. Glare is all about, in simple language, if the light rays directly reaching to your eyes. So that creates glare. If you really take it down, then angle goes down to your neck, to your chest bone. And if it happens, I'll show you in some diagram, then glare is minimized. Glare, you make the space glare free. This again, as I was talking about in the bedroom, people generally have a pendant light on one corner.
Yes,
but
sir.
This guy has used
Both
the sides. So this is symmetrical.
Yes, sir.
So one can have symmetrical pendant light also at times if you feel like. See the overall impact of the light. The shape of the light and the dim light which is coming from this getting diffused in the space is creating really soothing, minimalistic effect. So light source itself can be minimalistic because the structure part is so minimal. So decision of taking certain type of pendant light depends on your own sixth sense. And I keep on repeating to the students that sixth sense is nothing but over the period of time, like suppose you are 35 years old, 45 years old, 60 years old, 90 years old. So more you mature, more you have sixth sense developed over the period of time. You spend your life in particular field and then you get sixth sense of that particular field. So you decide better as far as planning is concerned. So this is again pendant light.
Yes, sir.
So having a different confusing geometry over here. This is in trend, people really liking and loving it. But again, this is kind of tricky object to place in your space. So be mindful that what kind of structure form you are going to have in the form of light in your space. ये देखिए, इसमें इसकी जो ट्रांसपेरेंसी है ना, this is really adding to the space. So even the powder coated black coating over here and contrast with this transparent glass over here, so it's really creating a stunning space. आप ये ध्यान से देखो, अगर हम बैकड्रॉप में से इन तीनों लाइटों को हटा दें तो इसमें डेकोरेशन के नाम पे ये है और ये है वॉल पेंटिंग. अब इसके आने की वजह से इसमें पूरी तरीके से लाइफ आ जाती है. इट इज making making the space lively. अब हम इसको एक पॉइंट को हमने डिस्कस कर लिया पेंडेंट लाइट को, तो अब हम चलेंगे शैंडेलियर के ऊपर. लेट्स मूव टू शैंडेलियर. So chandelier will start from here. So this is a kind of chandelier. Now one can ask, what is chandelier? Chandelier generally, and let me tell you, it's not chandelier, it's chandelier. Yes, it is installed in the center of a hall.
Yes, sir.
Or room, generally in bigger space. One should avoid it if you have a small room, small space. This is one thing. Second thing is that it should hang from the ceiling. If it is directly attached to the ceiling, so it loses its glamour. It should be used in the dining rooms, kitchen, living room, or a hall.
Yes, sir.
Generally in large halls. Now when it comes to structure, one can get confused easily whether it is pendant light or chandelier. So this is quite confusing. Chandelier has generally huge mass.
Yes, sir.
It is spreading, across maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet.
This number of lights.
Yes, obviously. So this is kind of structure wherein you don't need a number of lights.
Okay.
It's in ring form.
Yes, sir.
So what I'm trying to tell you is this, that it should be huge. It should be massy. If it is, lightweight, it is taking very small space. So you can call it as pendant light.
Pendant light, not a chandelier.
Because it is, fulfilling the requirement of being called as pendant light. तो इस तरह के शैंडिलियर को लोग पेंडेंट शैंडिलियर भी बोलते हैं.
पेंडेंट शैंडिलियर.
यस, सस्ता होता है और छोटे स्पेस में भी यूज किया जा सकता है इन द सेंटर ऑफ द हॉल ऑफ द रूम. ठीक है.
यस सर.
ये है शैंडिलियर क्रिस्टल के साथ. ये भी है शैंडिलियर. ये देखिए कहाँ पे यूज किया गया है. ये
जीने के स्टार्टिंग में.
यस. तो ऐसे स्पेसेस में जहाँ खाली स्पेस है, एक चारों तरफ से दीवार से घिरा हुआ स्पेस, उसके सेंटर में यूज किया जाता है. वो चाहे स्पेस कुछ भी हो. अब ये भी देखिए विद क्रिस्टल डाइनिंग टेबल के ऊपर. So this kind of chandelier is actually massive chandelier.
So we can use this in the
which space?
Stairs, ceiling. When the stairs and going and
that is why I was just telling you.
Yes, sir.
That should not be called as the chandelier. That should be called as pendant chandelier.
Pendant chandelier.
Because they have multi levels at the same time. They are not that massy. If it is having mass, if the mass is starting from this soffit to till the bottom, then it really makes a sense of being called as chandelier. Suppose this is transparent, means you are having the thread which is hanging the lights, which is massing here only, but this is almost free.
Yes, sir.
It's see through. So that should be called as pendant
chandelier
or pendant chandelier.
Okay.
This is again chandelier.
Yes, sir.
Modern type.
Because of masses.
Because of the massing.
Yes, sir. Pendant.
This is something which we'll talk again.
Okay.
So let me come back to this. So I have shown you chandelier.
Yes, sir.
This particular class is to tell you the categories of decorative lights which can be used in your any whether it's residential or commercial spaces. So portable lamps are nothing but which can be used on the side tables, floor mounted
table
lamps, etc. So lamps are also, it could be mounted on the wall, but generally it is kept on the floor or on the furniture, that is the nightstand or side table.
Yes, sir.
So I'm not going to discuss much about this because people are familiar with this. Let's talk about close to ceiling. So to see this, I will call it as uplighter and downlighter, right? So if we talk about uplighter, so these are the types. Actually, this is also called umbrella downlighter. Downlighter means the light source or the luminaire which is producing light on the downside, not on the side of the ceiling.
Yes, sir.
If it is focusing towards the floor, it will be called as downlighter.
Downlighter.
So it is having the shape of umbrella, so this is umbrella downlighter. Next one, again in the corridor or etc., one can use, yes, umbrella downlighter.
Downlight.
This is umbrella downlighter blow up. One can see diffuse light coming out of it. Downlighter should really look like this. So this is umbrella because this is imitating the geometry of
Umbrella.
an umbrella. This is uplighter, umbrella uplighter. This is going to diffuse light through this. So diffuse light, dim light will come down and stronger light will go up, strike the false ceiling and come back to the floor or the workstation or work table. So such stuff can be used in the restaurant where you want dim light, means light which is above 4.5 feet or 5 feet level from the ground, and you want darker space below 5 feet. So below 5 feet you have table height almost 30 inches.
Yes, sir.
So which comes below 5 feet, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is downlighter.
Umbrella down. Umbrella
This is
down.
not exactly imitating the umbrella.
Yes, yes.
So this is simply downlighter. This is
Again downlighter.
downlighter. These
Again,
two are downlighters. Okay,
And so what are these three?
and we'll discuss about that because we have different types. This is what these
Downstairs.
downlighters.
Downlighters.
So these are again downlighters. We'll discuss about these things later.
Okay.
So such are the examples of the
Downlighters.
And why do we use downlighters? Because we want to minimize or totally eradicate the glare effect. Means that rays coming from the light sources should not directly hit the eyes, whether you are walking or sitting somewhere, working somewhere. Hall and foyer. So I have just shown you in the hall and foyer such kind of lights.
Yes, sir.
I was just showing you has been used. Let's move to very important wall sconces. Some people call it as wall lights. Some people call it as sconce light. So we'll move to this and then we will say sconce light. So these are the sconce lights. You can see it.
Yes, sir.
So it is mounted like this in the interior of the space. This is in the exterior of the space. Okay, this is in the exterior of the space. So it can be used in the interior as well as in the exterior. This is also one of the kind of architectural lighting. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Because this enhances the beauty of exterior of the building when you really go close to building in the evening time or night time. So these kinds of light really gives very good effect to the building. This is what kind of light? This is sconce light used in the interior space. Sconce light used in the interior space.
Sconce light.
Yes.
Sconce light.
Sconce light. So these are the varieties of sconce light. Right?
Yes.
You can see it. So such interesting lights, even these are the outdoor sconce light.
So generally, people use sconce light in their bedrooms. In a pairs.
Sconce lights generally not used particularly in bedroom. In bedroom, at times you used towards the headboard of your bed.
Yes, sir.
to the side of the headboard, or maybe both the sides or one side. Generally in the corridor, in the passage, in the way towards, moving from one place to another, you have passages. There one can use, you can use in foyer, you can use in veranda if you feel like using it. So it depends. You cannot use it wherever you want, because this is highly decorative, so it takes your attention. So you cannot create multiple focal point in your space. Generally in a smaller space, it is recommended that you use just one focal point. If you have huge space, you can use two or more, maybe just two or three. So if you're having too many focal points, so you are confusing the viewer. That suppose you are visiting a space wherein you have many things to see, because see, it is not your exhibition place that you want to take attention of the viewer to different things, all the things in the space. You should take attention to one spot or two spot. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
So see, this has been used outdoor.
Outdoor wall.
Outdoor. On the entry, people generally use it. Really looks nice.
Yes, sir.
On the boundary walls, it is also used. Even if you are doing a terrace garden, there one can use for the effect in the evening time. See, the architecture is actually falling behind this light now. Because of the light, the beauty of architecture is really getting enhanced. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. On the entryway, one can have like this. So this is also sconce light. Sconce light. See the beauty of sconce light. Outdoor light, already I have shown you. Generally, it is in the shape of a hut. So this outdoor light is also a type of sconce light.
Yes, sir.
Generally, it comes in the form of lantern. But you can use any type, as I have shown you. Now we will talk about surface mount light. What light?
Surface mount light.
Surface mount. So this is surface mount. So what is the condition of surface mount? Before going to surface mount, let me tell you something about the sconce light. So sconce light can be called as wall light. So this is decorative in nature. It is mounted on a wall. So this is historically very old, element of design. People has used historically in many palaces. Earlier it used to be, it used to contain oil lamp, candles. Now it is using
kerosene oil. They put kerosene oil.
No. Oil is just the source. What I'm saying is oil lamps.
Yes, sir.
So oil lamps, see, kerosene is a different matter because this produces a lot of monoxide, carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. So some plant-based oil has been used. So what I'm trying to tell you that this is really old form of lighting. Now we will move to the next one, surface mount. So let's come to surface mount. So the condition for being called as surface mount is that the light source, the luminaire, should mount on the surface. It should not go inside. It should not hang. Neither it should hang, nor it should go inside the false ceiling or main ceiling. It should really get directly attached to the surface. That is why it is called as surface
mount light.
Let's move further. This is again surface mount light. So it looks really soothing at places where you want to have really minimum number of elements in the space. Surface mount. So this is giving totally a different feel and look. At times surface mount lights could look awkward, but we'll have to look at the planning requirement. If you feel like having surface light is appropriate in some places, you can use it. otherwise it may look really awkward. See the styling of it. This is also kind of surface mount light. So this is also surface mount because this is directly getting attached to the ceiling. Vanity lights. So to know about vanity lights, let's move to vanity. So this is the kind of light called vanity light. It is generally on the top of the mirror. At times it could be on the side of the mirrors. Let me show you. On the top of the mirror, okay, like this, like this. This is also kind of vanity lights. So these are the example of vanity lights. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now we will move to next one, modular fluorescent light. So modular fluorescent light, we'll have to look here. Modular fluorescent light. So such kind of lighting is called modular because it fits into the module.
Yes, sir.
Generally it comes in the customized size.
Yes, sir.
Means it follows the size of the tile, ceiling tile. So generally it comes in the size of 2 feet by 2 feet. You don't need to worry. Simply in the grid ceiling, you just fix it from the top towards down. So this is how we place the modular lights in the false ceiling. This is modular light in the false ceiling. This is again the same, right?
Yes, sir.
But few things are still remaining. Array lights. So such lights are actually decorative lights. Such lights are decorative lights. So because of the transparency and opaqueness, so the black portions are the opaque portions and white portions are the transparent portions. And intentionally designer has created depression over here so that he could get or she could get such kind of array effect. So we can call it as array lights. Look at it, the kind of effect it is giving. It is because of the transparency and opaqueness in the body of the light source. Look at it. This kind of pattern is because of the kind of cut you can see over here. So such kind of lights in the depression really looks nice. Look at it. Look at it in the circular depression. It can also have the spiral effect depending on the kind of geometry of the light has been used and the cut has been used.
Yes, sir.
Getting my point? So these are actual array lights or array decorative lights. Mounting of the light, as we have just discussed, if it is on the surface, so it could be ceiling surface. So this dark line is showing ceiling and this light is getting attached to ceiling. It could be wall mount also.
Yes, sir.
If you are mounting on wall like this. So this is kind of surface light. These two are surface mounted lights. Now we'll talk about this one, surface mounted ceiling lights, flush mounts. So these are different examples you can see over here. Okay, and then we will move to its detail. It comes like this. Then we will move to this, wall sconce, wall bracket, wall marker lights, wall mounts. So this is also wall mount, but it is called sconce because it is having such kind of effect. It is dropping light down and up. It could be just down, it could be just up. So this depends on the kind of behavior you want from the light source. So this is pendant because I'm repeating the same thing through the sketch. So if it is hanging down, then it will be called as pendant. So its mounting is what? Pendant. Chandelier, as I have talked about in detail, it should be massy. It should have mass. So this is the structure, and then we will move to this industrial pendant. So this is actually broader in size because it has to spread to wide area for the working, and suspension is done to avoid what? Glare on the eyes of the worker in the factories. So such are the types of the industrial pendant lights. Office pendant lights are like these. They are actually in the shape of tube. It should be in the shape of cuboid.
Prism.
Where is the prism? It could be frustum. It could be in the shape of frustum. So these are different types of shapes of office pendant light. Through these slides, what I'm trying to tell you is that even in pendant light you have different categories. What kind of pendant light should be in the office or in the factory or in your residential space, ये सारी चीजें आप यहाँ समझ रहे हैं इस स्लाइड के थ्रू. माउंटिंग, अब ये है रिसिस्ट. अब रिसिस्ट लाइट को समझना ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. कई लोग बहुत कंफ्यूज रहते हैं कि क्या है ये रिसिस्ट. ये वाला 100% रिसिस्ट है, मींस सरफेस के ऑलमोस्ट लेवल पे आ जाता है इसका बॉटम लाइट सोर्स का. इस वाले केस में ये सेमी रिसिस्ट है, मींस कुछ पोर्शन अंदर होगा, कुछ पोर्शन बाहर होगा. So this is 100% resist. This is percentage wise resist, semi resist. This is also true for the wall. ये है downlights, high hats, resist cans भी बोलते हैं कुछ लोग, holes in the ceiling. So ये साइज में बड़ा होने की वजह से इसको लोग cans भी बोलते हैं और hat के शेप में भी होता है. So this is 100% resist. Now let's move to this downlights, high hats, resist cans. अब इसमें देखते हैं क्या हो रहा है. From the light source, light is emitting and these lines are showing it is striking the inner surface or reflector of this light. Now from the reflector, these lines are coming out. Can you see? These lights are coming out. These lines are nothing but rays. So here, when you see the output through these encasement, it is getting narrower. Since it is narrow, so it would not affect your eyes. It won't create glare because intentionally the rays are getting concentrated to certain area, small area through this structure. इस ढांचे के थ्रू कम जगह पे इसको लाने की कोशिश करी जा रही है. नैरो एंगल बनाया गया. इससे क्या होगा कि कोई ग्लेयर क्रिएट नहीं होगा. सेमी रिसिस्ट है ये. तो ये सीलिंग के कुछ पोर्शन अंदर जाएगा, कुछ बाहर जाएगा. सो दिस इज सेमी रिसिस्ट. यू कैन सी little bit of portion is going inside, little bit is outside, visible. So these are the examples of semi resist
downlight.
So in this particular video I have tried to convey you and tell you that you have multiplicity of light which can be used in different spaces, but the selection of light depends on the space. Even in the pendant you have categories to use. You cannot use rectangular cuboidal shape in the residence, but that can be used in the office. So I hope through this video I have tried to make you understand the core concept of the lighting patterns. Thank you very much for watching this video.